In 1588, the world witnessed one of the most epic naval battles in history, the Battle of the Spanish Armada against the English Navy. This war not only determined the fate of two great empires, but also changed the map of power in Europe and the world. At that time, Spain was the greatest power in the world. Under the rule of King Philip II, Spain had vast colonial territories and a very powerful navy. King Philip wanted to stop the threat from England, led by Queen Elizabeth I. In addition, England had also repeatedly seized Spanish ships carrying gold and silver from the New World. Philip sent the Spanish Armada, a large fleet of 130 warships, with the aim of invading England. This fleet was known as the Invincible Armada. However, England did not remain silent. Queen Elizabeth I and her advisors, including Sir Francis Drake, realized the threat that was coming and prepared to defend their homeland. The battle began in the summer of 1588 when the Spanish Armada sailed into the English Channel. This fleet was led by the Duke of Medina Sidonia, a Spanish nobleman who was inexperienced in naval warfare. The English, with their smaller and faster fleet, used clever strategies to harass and attack the Spanish ships. One of the most brilliant tactics used by the English was the use of fire ships. They filled several old ships with explosives and set them on fire, then released them towards the Spanish Armada anchored in shallow waters near Calais. The Spanish Armada panicked and tried to avoid the fire ships, causing great disarray in their ranks. After a week of fighting, bad weather and strong winds, later known as the Protestant wind, began to batter the Spanish Armada. Many Spanish ships were damaged or sunk by the storm, and those that remained were forced to flee north, around the British Isles to return to Spain. However, only a small portion of the Armada survived the perilous journey. The defeat of the Spanish Armada was a turning point in history. England, previously considered a second-rate maritime power, was now recognized as the world's leading sea power. This paved the way for English colonial expansion and eventually made England the dominant global power. In addition, the defeat significantly weakened Spain. Spain's glory began to fade, and the country experienced economic and political decline in the following decades. The defeat of the Spanish Armada sent a clear message: even the greatest power can be defeated by clever strategy, courage, and of course unfriendly weather. This story of the battle between the Spanish Armada and the English Navy shows how shipboard warfare can decide the fate of nations and change world history. In a short space of time, the battle changed the balance of power in Europe and marked the beginning of a new era in maritime history. It also reminds us that in warfare, it is not just military might that counts, but also ingenuity, courage, and sometimes a little help from nature.